be places where we haven't been and nobody's been before, because I know we can make a difference, and we will. And you've heard some of our work on metastatic disease and my determination. I just heard downstairs we had a reception for some of our partners, and Dr. Polly Roberts from UCLA, who's an amazing woman. She's not a medical doctor. She's a cultural anthropologist, I think. But she's a metastatic, she's in 5th year after her metastatic stage 4 diagnosis. And, we talked about how that, we can talk about all the statistics, but when you come down to it, she's not a statistic, she's an individual. And we're not talking about prognosis, we're talking about plans for her life, and how important that is. And when I came to Komen, I heard about all the stuff we were doing, which you probably heard today. We're spending X amount of dollars on research, and we have these kinds of support groups and X, Y, and Z, but it comes down to hearing what women with metastatic breast cancer need and what they need now, and the urgency of what we need to do in this area, that it's really been come home to me. And just last week I found out that a very dear cousin of mine who had a recurrence of breast cancer after 11 years, I got her enrolled in a Dana-Farber clinical trial, and they found out that she had micromets in her brain. And and we've been talking about how she's expecting her first grandchild, and what she has to live for and what she wants to do, and the urgency. And I wish I could say to her, there's a new drug, there's something here that will keep you going, so that you will see that child grow up. And I want that more than anything, not only for my cousin, but for every woman living with metastatic disease. That's another of our priorities. And the other thing that I think is so important is that I was shocked to find out that there are 1,400 breast cancer organizations in this country, okay, just in this country. So what are we doing, Or do we all want the same thing? Do we all want to put an end to breast cancer? Do we all want women to live full, long lives, regardless of what diagnosis they might have? Or do we all want to prevent the disease? Yes. But, why are we working against each other? So one of the things that I've been trying to do is to promote, where people are open to it, promote collaboration. And I think when we've done it, it's been enormously rewarding for us as an organization and for the collaboration. And I think that we have to really get the message out that together we can do so much more than we can do alone. So I'm committed. I'll work with anybody who will work with us to do what we need to do to all find how to get to our common purpose, to end breast cancer and suffering. So I feel very passionate about this. I'm not an oncologist by training. I'm a geriatrician, and as a person who dealt with older people and took care of lots and lots of people over the years with cancer. And I was telling somebody that the oldest patient with breast cancer that I took care of was 103 years old. And every week I would come in, she was in a nursing home, and every week I would come in and visit her and say, are you having pain? What do you need? And the nurses, she had a lesion that was erupting that you could see on her breast. And it made the staff nervous. And they said, why don't you send her to radiation? Why don't you do this? And I said, well, what does she want? She's 103 years old. We're not making decisions for her. Let's talk to her and find out what she wanted. And she wanted You know what she wanted? She wanted to live to her 103rd birthday. She wanted to have oysters and champagne. And she wanted the First Lady of the United States to wish her a happy birthday. And one more thing. She wanted to be on TV. You know how they say, oh,
yeah,
woman in today's show. She wanted to be on TV. And we delivered on all of those things. And she went to sleep a week later and died. Very peacefully in her sleep. But, you know, this was what she wanted from her life, from the whatever life she had. And we tried to give it to her. And as a physician, I would hope that we would do this more for our patients, help them get what they need, what they want, to live as full a life as they can for however many days that you have. And, you know, when it comes to thinking about people with metastatic disease, we're having a good time. Goodness.
Yeah.